Welcome back to the D Lud Golf Channel. We got something a little different for you today. The Unicor software has what they call their beta version of their evaluation. So just like TrackMan and GSPRO have their skills challenge to give you some sort of metric that you can then try and get better at. This is their version. So it starts by having you set like your max yardage for each of these sets of clubs. I'm not going to show you everything. Well, I'm going to show you everything, but we're going to fast forward through a couple of these horrible drives. I like completely topped one, and then I think I only hit like one good. I think I show it to you here. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, like that was the one good drive. So struggling with the driver, that's not going to be a good score. But I tend to find people who just sit there and show that every shot of their skill challenge a little boring. So we're going to fast forward through the ones that I really don't do good. And then the stuff that's kind of new for the Unicor is, of course, putting, which we're going to do. And then the chipping is kind of, it's a little different than the Garmin, I will say. So far, the yardages have been, I wouldn't say they're like way off, but I just can't seem to, what on my Garmin a 20-yard chip, on the Unicor it's going 26 yards. So like that is a big difference as far as getting it close enough for a gimme. And that has been one of the early struggles, is just finding out what that is. And I have no doubt that the Unicor is more accurate, right? There's a good shot with an iron. Because it should be, right? It's $4,000 more than the Garmin. So what I would like to emphasize is that when people like to do the comparisons, it really only has to be like, what is that? 20% as good, 15% as good. Like it can be, if the Unicor's here, the Garmin can be 25%, a quarter as good, and still be worth the money. Like, so, and I think it's way better than a quarter. I think it's probably, 80% good, and then has these mathematical guesstimations it does that I don't think are as accurate as obviously reading the ball go out of frame and judging everything. So a couple good iron shots in there. So it goes driver, long iron gives you two distances, short iron gives you two distances, and then you start doing all the chipping. And the chipping I did do pretty okay at. I'm still like decent around the greens, but some of them I did struggle a tad. And I think that just comes to whatever. I really don't like the animation when it switches views like this. I almost made that. It really kind of bothers me. I get dizzy almost. Let's see how close we can get this one. I started to get some of the distances dialed in a little better as we went along. You can see a few that are close here. The putting is interesting. This was the first like real attempt at trying to just figure putting out, because it gives me a few putts in a row at the same distance, like a practice round. I did play around on this Refine Plus software. When I launch Refine Plus with View, I get all kinds of trouble where if it's looking for View and something happened, like one time I had to log in, one time it like froze and whatever. So we'll go through these putts real quick, and then we'll take a look at my evaluation score. It's not great. It's probably like 10 points less than it was on GSPRO when I did it, and it's all out of 100, right? I think TrackMan goes to 1,000, but just move the decimal and it's out of 100. So final score 70. tee shots were bad, long irons were bad, short game was good, and then it called me the chef because I'm so good around the greens, which is not true either. So, as far as a beta evaluation, I think it's doing some of the same things that a lot of them do. I like GSPROs because of the random distances, and you can pick carry or total yardage and things like that. I enjoy as well. So going through my metrics here, nothing special. Scored a 70. We'll keep looking at all this Unicor stuff before it's over. If there's something you want to watch or something you want to see in the software, just let me know. The chef signing off for now. Peace.